and welcome to the Business as Usual podcast, helping your business bounce back. I am your host, Lisandra Pagan, preparedness expert and business contingency consultant. In other words, I help business owners to reduce losses by minimizing downtime during business disruptions. But if you want to learn more about myself, please visit my website, deliveryplan.com, where you will find detailed information, the opportunity to receive my report, what business owners don't know that can cost them everything, and join my mailing list for reports, case studies, and planning tools. And by the way, I created a set of worksheets that will help you draft your plan. So go to the website, download the worksheets, and you'll be on your way to your first contingency plan. But today I want to start with the basics. One of the goals of this podcast is to help you as business owner to learn about contingencies and understand why do you need to plan. So let's start with the definition of contingency. A contingency is an event, situation that is possible but cannot be predicted with certainty. Contingencies are events that we know are possible, we just don't know when these events will happen. But when these events happen, it is certain that will cause business disruptions, and therefore we plan for contingencies because business disruptions result in losses of revenue and clients. Contingency planning are the provisions we make. These are the plans we make to effectively face business disruptions. We plan so when the circumstances arise, we know what to do, how to react, and more importantly, how to get back to business as soon as possible. And this is the key to minimize losses. It's the key to make sure your business does not become a statistic, because it is proven that after a major business disruption, 40% of the businesses are either forced to close or never reopen. And the truth is that the bigger the disruption is, or the longer the disruption is, the chances of your business recovering and reopening are largely reduced. And based on my experience, I can say without hesitation that all business owners need to plan for contingencies. But the problem is that sometimes we as business owners are so busy trying to run our businesses that we forget that things could and will happen. We forget that people make mistakes, that not everything will go as planned, and that things will go wrong. If you want to make sure your business is ready to bounce back from any disruption, you need to plan for all events. You need to plan for those disruptions that can cause you losses, stress, and a lot of headaches. Now let's talk about numbers. Unfortunately, 2/3 of today's businesses don't have a plan for disruptions. As a result, business disruptions represent a minimum of 87 hours of downtime every year. Just think about this for a minute and imagine the revenue, sales, and customers that are lost during 87 hours of downtime. Let's just say, for example, Walmart. How much do you think they will lose in 87 hours of downtime? Of course, they don't have to worry about that, about huge disruptions, because they know the importance of having a contingency plan. But think about your business. Do you have any idea how much you will lose in terms of revenues and clients if you have to face 87 hours of downtime? That's almost 2 weeks, and maybe it doesn't sound like a big number, but when you see it as 2 weeks out of business, that makes a difference. And I can assure you that for many businesses out there, 87 hours can make a difference. 87 hours can make or break a business. But today, I want to start changing the statistics. I want to help you make sure your disruptions are kept to a minimum. So today, you begin to develop your contingency plan. But before I start, I need to remind you about the worksheets that will help you with your plan. If you haven't done it yet, go to my website, deliveryplan.com, and download the worksheets. This is an excellent tool that will help you organize your thoughts, follow the steps, and draft your plan. All right, so let's begin. And the first thing that you will do is assess your risks. Your risk assessment will reveal hazards and vulnerabilities, and from there is that you will start drafting a plan. So ask yourself, what are the hazards that my business face? What are the potential threats to my business? What are the potential threats to my business processes? What events can possibly cause a disruption on my business? And in order to identify hazards, I want you to start thinking about your business location. Is it in an earthquake prone area or maybe near a chemical processing plant? Maybe it's near or in a flood prone area. Then you have to start thinking about business operations and processes. Do you rely on technology or maybe on third party services? What about your vendors? Do you need supplies to be delivered so your business can operate? These are just some areas that you need to start considering as you begin to identify risks. You know your business, no one knows it better than you do. And you know how it operates and its processes. So think about all the issues that may arise and can cause a business disruption. And let me give you some examples. Maybe it's human error or the closure of the only road leading to your business. What about if technology fails and you have no computers, no payment processing platforms, or anything to process payments? What if you don't receive supplies and you cannot operate maybe for one day or 1 week? These are all risks. And unfortunately, these are high probability risks that can cause interruption of services. And ask yourself, do you have a plan to address these interruptions? Do you have a plan to address interruptions? What would you do? So go to your worksheets and start drafting your plan. The risk assessment is always the first step. Analyze your business operations and processes. Identify your risks and list them as high probability or low probability risks. Then brainstorm and find potential solutions for each risk. What would you do to prevent them from happening? What would you do to correct them if they have already developed or they have already happened? And find the best solutions, those that you can implement in a short amount of time and that will give you or your business the ability to start again, the ability to bounce back from any interruption. And as you complete these first steps, you will start discovering potential issues that we usually don't think or want to think that will happen. But honestly, if these issues arise, we might be screwed. So it's important that you identify those issues now. Take time. This is your time to take action. Plan now before it's too late for you and your business. This is your business and no one understands it better than you. So sit down with pen and paper and write down all potential issues and all potential solutions. Then group them in high probability or low probability risks. Find potential solutions for each issue so when your business is disrupted, you can return to business as usual fast because you already have the answer to your question, what would I do now? Now take time and complete this exercise and go back to it as many times as you need to, because this is the foundation of your plan and you need to make sure you build your plan in a solid foundation. That is why it's so important to understand every single risk that your business is facing. So go back to this document after a couple of days, maybe revise solutions, or maybe you will find new issues or come up with new ideas for potential solutions. But this is your foundation. You need to work hard on the foundation of your plan. But for now, it is so important that you start with your risk assessment and brainstorm solutions. If you are blocked, confused, or need additional assistance, remember you can head to my website, deliveraplan.com, and schedule a free initial consultation. You can also email me with questions or doubts, and I will try to help as many people as I can before we go on with the next episode. Remember, we can work together and get your business ready to bounce back. But it's important that you do your part and complete the risk assessment. Now get to work on your plan. I will talk to you next week. Bye now.